When I was in high school, I remember my psychology teacher telling us how a person could become addicted to, well, anything. He told us several stories of how people became addicted to the oddest things and fixations, such as flushing toilets or listening to radio static. Something about the actions simply trigger enjoyment in their brain, and thus they repeat and repeat, becoming an addict. I, for one, have sadly become one of these people. I'm, uh, I'm addicted to having orgasms, and while to most people this wouldn't be a problem at all, it's affected me greatly. I usually beat off at least 5 to 6 times a day every day, and sometimes all I can do is think about it. Luckily, I have a beautiful girlfriend who gives me good material to get off to and even better sex. Well, about a week ago, I received an email from an unknown user. In the email, it told me of a brand new premium pornography website that offered the best in the business. Interested, I clicked away at the numerous photographs and saved several. What I noticed most was that one photo was often all it took to climax, so if I got sick of one, I could simply move on to the next. I think I saved somewhere around 300 photos before ending my subscription to the website. As per usual, I kept with my one photo routine, but I noticed something somewhat odd. Every time I'd go to open the previous image of the woman I masturbated to, the file would become corrupt. Confused and mildly annoyed at the fact that my new stash had become tainted, I simply continued until about 50 of the photos had become corrupt. Now angry and frustrated, I returned to the site and was prepared to demand my money back, but upon arriving, there was simply an error message that said, Error 69. Check your folder. Hesitant but curious, I opened the folder. At the first, I scrolled through the multitude of photos I'd got to get off to, but when I reached the corrupted files, I vomited in absolute disgust at what I saw. Every woman in these photos was mutilated and butchered beyond recognition, horrified looks on pale dead faces. It was sick and awful, and I was in dismay at the sight. Well, I still needed release, so I began to look through the other photos, flipping through them and watching as the ones before it became mutilated as well. I finally stopped myself around 150 or so when Facebook popped up. It was my girlfriend. She had just sent me some beautiful self-shots of herself masturbating. I couldn't control myself.